This stretch of beach in Long Branch was forced to close access to the sand this past weekend, just days after Governor Murphy signed an executive order requiring people to wear face masks outdoors.
It was like the perfect storm in the sense that we had 90-degree weather, beautiful surf, gorgeous water.
Dan George, who manages the beaches of Long Branch, says that there were just too many people that came down to spend the day, making it impossible to properly social distance.
We're 2.5 miles of beach that we actually charge to get on. We're 4 miles that we guard. We're different than 95% of the beaches around, I think, with the size of our beach. So our goal was to get people to be on the entire beach, not just in the popular Pier Village area.
So how does the city monitor the amount of people that come onto the beach?
What usually happens is the beach staff will monitor it, and once it gets to the point where people can no longer social distance themselves, we will then shut that beach access point down.
We're checking, we know how many people go on the beach, and at a certain number, we cut it off. And then at that point, we close that beach and slide people down.
Chief Jason Roebuck of Long Branch Police says that for the future, they want to give beach patrons in Long Branch earlier notice if they have to close.
We're going to try and let people know a little earlier that we're going to be shutting down the beaches. What we don't want to have is that people come here and park and then they can't get on the beach because that makes people a little angry. So we're going to try to put up some signage and let people know as they're heading into the city that some of the beaches may be closed.
Chief Roebuck and I spoke about small businesses that have been struggling throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, some still unable to reopen. So why do some beach towns look like a free-for-all?
You're right. There's not a lot of places to go. So I think everybody comes to the beach, right? There's not a lot of other things to do. There's not a lot of places open. There's not a lot of restaurants open, although we do have quite a few open here. So it puts a little bit of a stress on people here at the beach.
And when people need to be rescued down the shore, how do lifeguards handle these situations in a pandemic to avoid physical contact and contamination?
So obviously we have a lot more policies and protocols in place to keep our lifeguards and the public safe. Obviously we have our face coverings that we wear if we're making patient contact for a medical emergency. They're wearing an N95 or greater or respirator for their protection. We have thousands of people on the beach, and we don't know if they're COVID positive, COVID negative.
So look out for these signs on the beach. They will be reminding all to wear your face coverings and properly social distance. Reporting from Long Branch for New Jersey News Network, I'm Kimberly Kravitz.